Hello, and welcome to another Tristan's Thoughts Destiny 2 discussion. Today I want to take some time to talk about raid exotic RNG, and why I feel it's actually quite detrimental for our game. With the new raid release, I think it's very clear that the exotic is going to be RNG once again. In this video today I want to talk about why I think that's not good for the game, why I think it's a bad system, and how we can improve it. If you enjoy this kind of content, a subscription is greatly appreciated, as I upload daily content. So first, I want to address some common criticisms I see against the point that raid exotics shouldn't be RNG, and the biggest one I always see is people talk about the dopamine rush of getting the exotic. And while I agree there is some credibility to that statement, it's only in your first couple clears. You know, your first 5 clears, 10 clears, 15, 20. It can be exciting then to get the exotic. But I personally believe, and I've heard this from a lot of people, as you get into like the 30, 40, 50, 60 clears, and of course these are outlier numbers, it becomes less exciting to get it and more of like, phew, I finally got it. Because you have to remember, a lot of people who raid probably do 3 raids a week. When I was doing Vex Mythic class and I was doing Rest of Tomorrow, I was doing boss checkpoints 3 times a week in LFG for both of those raids, and it still took me almost 60 clears for both. It took me almost an entire year of raiding to get these 2 exotics because of the weekly cap. And by the time I got them, 1, I was tired of the raids. I was tired of raiding in general. I actually stopped raiding for a while because I got so burnt out by this. And I barely used the exotics. Because at that point I was just like, finally, it's done. And that's how I felt when I got Hierarchy of Needs from Spy of the Watcher very early on. I thought, oh, thank God. Now I don't have to worry about setting up groups 3 times a week, having my characters leveled, so on and so forth. So I agree, there is a sense of excitement very early on, but once you move into those, you know, middle clears 30 to 50 and you go into the outliers 60 to 70, it really just becomes a chore. And I don't really think there's any good explanation or any good reasoning for why it should vary so much, right? Why can we not implement a hard cap on how unlucky you can get? Why should some people be getting it on their 70th clear, 80th clear? I think we can build a system that appeals to both sides of people in this position, right? We can build a system where it can still drop randomly on your first, 2nd, 10th, 11th clear, but we can also add a hard cap, so you know, after maybe 30 clears, right? And we're talking, what are you doing? You're doing 12 clears a month, 24 would be 2 months. So the mid-30s would be around 3 months. If you are consistently raiding for 3 months, why shouldn't you get the exotic at that point? I think another reason why I think raid exotics being tied to RNG is bad is because exotics is such a big part of build crafting and the way we play the game. Exotics are very unique, and they can drastically change how you play, so understandably a lot of people would want to use these. And this brings us to the point I see a lot of people bring up, well, some things should be rare. Tristan, not everything can be handed out, and people who say that are being disingenuous, because no one is asking for the raid exotic to be handed out. No one is saying if you do the raid once, you should get the exotic guaranteed. If they want to put it behind a quest that has you going into Master or has you doing puzzles, I'm completely fine with that, and I think that was done well. I really liked Divinity's quest. I thought it added a lot to the raid. So, I'm not asking for it to be on the first clear. I'm not asking for anyone who kills the final boss to be given the exotic for free. So to say, oh, you know, you just want it to be easy, it's disingenuous. And I don't think raid exotics should be where the prestige is. I think they should make cosmetic rewards, things that take time and investment for flawless and master raids. Why don't we have armor sets and unique, you know, effects and whatnot for doing master raids? That's where the prestige should come from. An exotic changes how you play the game. That should not be the prestige. Cosmetic rewards is where the prestige is. Overall, I think what we need to do is we need to implement a hard cap on how unlucky you can get. I personally believe, similar to 14 extreme trials, raid completions should drop a currency when you receive X amount, you should be able to turn that in for the exotic in some way or activate an exotic quest. Example, every raid completion drops a token, 24 tokens can be turned in to unlock a quest to get the exotic. This means 1, you can see the bad luck protection working in real time, and 2, you can still get it to drop on your 5th, 6th clear and have that exciting moment, but you know you're deterministically working towards the exotic. Overall, those are my thoughts. Do you think raid exotic should remain RNG, or do you think, implementing some sort of token system would be a good idea? Let me know your thoughts below. This video is a little different today. I didn't script it, a little more unhinged, I guess. I had a hard time writing a script for this video, and this is a hill I'm willing to die on, so I kind of just wanted to do it, I guess, raw. So, let me know your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and remember, for each like this video gets, a capybara gets a big scritch.